Hello guys, and welcome again to another one of my videos. I'm sad to say that I will be gone for a few days, so I'll just have to give you a smaller video today. But this does not make the topic less interesting. I'm here to speculate about Pharloom's Folly, the opening poem which starts the game of Hollow Knight Silksong. It was written by an until now unknown character named Conductor Romano, who we'll talk about later. Let's now first read this little poem. They see a beauty so frail and fine, they see a peace woven of faith and toil. They forget your heart, bound in slumber and servitude. When you wake, they shall see your truth, a beast's nature bare to all. So there is a lot to unpack here. It is unclear if this conductor figure is actually personifying Pharloom in a sense, or if he is talking to an entity representing Pharloom. This would not be stretching too far. In the first game, the opening poem, Elegy for Hollowness, written by one of the dreamers named Monomon the Teacher, also talked about hollowness, but was in a sense directed at the Pale King and his achievements. This new work of literature might go the same way, but I found the Elegy for Hollowness to make a lot more sense for the Pale King after I finished the game. While Pharloom's Folly is in a sense odd, it seems a lot more linked to the lands itself. A king-like entity being directed at by the writer is hard to touch out of these simple lines. What we also get is that this poem is far darker than the one in the first game. It speaks of a beast's nature, bare, possibly a force stronger than any one simple creature, a godlike entity which will claim the lands of Pharloom, or has done so already. We have to remember that we already know that Pharloom is cursed and haunted by the two forces of Silk and Song when Hornet arrives. This might be the beast's nature Romano talks about, or it is something even worse. Now, Pharloom is not only strong, but also frail and fine, as described in the first lines. A warning again, beauty and peace, hard worked for in this land, broken down quite easily. The kingdom's heart has now rested ages, maybe forgotten by its citizens, and even though this kingdom hasn't given much, it has been cast away into the shadows by those who inhabit it. As a revenge, this kingdom will release a beast never before seen to this land. A curse? A monster? Another infection? Info by Team Cherry mentions that the kingdom is dedicated to faith, possibly linked to the bells or its cult, and to pilgrimage, another reference to the Shining Citadel. What does this all come together to? I see many options with differing links of credibility. Either the cult and its followers, along with the curse, are the result of Pharloom's revenge, or of the entity representing it, or the kingdom is haunted by said curses and cult, have then forgotten their duties and their faith, and their revenge is coming to the kingdom at the moment of Hornet's arrival, or shortly after it. How could this be linked to Hornet's capture? Now, the bugs of Pharloom do not seem to be infected like Hollowness was during the last game. Aggressive and hostile, yes, but they do seem to fulfill their work and are relatively sane. Yet they might still be obsessed with Silk and Song, which would explain the wide amounts of bell and silk in the lands of Pharloom. A YouTuber named Mossbach, you probably know him, mentioned how Hornet might have been captured due to your relation to the Weavers, and that she was captured to produce silk for the cult or someone else. Now, I do believe this to be credible, but the cult's followers must be really stupid to mistake Hornet for a Weaver. Yet again, who knows what capabilities this cult sees in Hornet, and maybe she was captured due to her being the daughter of the Pale King? After all, we don't know if Pharloom had any knowledge of Hollowness, but these bugs must have known of its existence, or they would not have captured Hornet there. Or maybe she was not captured there? What if Hornet, after the events of the first game, searched for something or someone else and got captured along the way? It would seem unlikely to me that she would have just ventured out beyond Hollowness just like that, but it is an option not to rule out. I have now presented you with many options, some of them more likely, some less. But at the moment, this is sadly the best I can do. After all, aside the poem and a few hints, we have nothing. I am eagerly awaiting something, but the land is barren. To end this short episode, let's sum up. Pharloom is a beautiful, peaceful kingdom. Its citizens are faithful and respect the lands and the kingdom itself. Something then changed. The people of Pharloom forgot their kingdom's heart, which has rested for some time. Now, Pharloom or its mysterious entity seek to reveal the true nature of Pharloom, a beast's nature. Either this has happened or it will happen. The kingdom and most of its citizens are now haunted by Silk and Song, bells, music, you get the point. For unknown but speculative reasons, Hornet was captured by the kingdom's homegrown cult and must now travel through this dying or dead kingdom to seek out answers and find the Shining Citadel. Lastly, I want to briefly mention Conductor Romano. Now, instead of speculation, I give you nothing. We literally know nothing. He could technically be the mysterious entity executing revenge for Pharloom, or he might just be some wizard or train conductor warning the people of Pharloom. A conductor has per definition multiple meanings, but it is usually a leader of some sorts, either linked to political, musical, or a mode of transport. A musical perspective would be interesting to look at, as the kingdom is haunted by song. Maybe our good Romano is cause of this curse? Or maybe he will teach Hornet to play with a needle as seen in the reveal trailer. Possibly through this method he might bring a solution to Pharloom's problems, salvation so to speak. Mode of transport could be important as well. Maybe he will guide Hornet to the numerous travel stations throughout Pharloom. Or what if, in a political view, he is the somewhat de facto king of the lands of Pharloom? Unlikely, but as I always tend to say, not something to rule out. So folks, that's it. Since this is quite barren, please give me your opinion in the comments below and like and subscribe. Speak soon.